three bears who lived together in a house of their own in a wood.
That was her porridge, and that was her porridge, and that was big bear's porridge.
One of the bears was a little small wee bear.
No, that one's the one. That's the one, is it?
And one was a middle-sized bear.
That was the one.
And the other was a great huge bear.
Big bear. They all shared a bowl of porridge.
A little bowl for the little small wee bear.
And
A middle-sized bowl for the middle bear.
and a big one for the big cruise big.
And they each had a chair to sit in. A little chair for the little
wee bear, and a one,
middle-sized chair for the middle bear.
and a big one for the big bear.
And they each had a bed to sleep in.
One for big daddy bed and one for who's that one for?
Middle-sized bed. And that's for the...
Little bear. Little bear.
One day, after they had made the porridge for their breakfast and poured it into their
she's
porridge
got-
bowls,
she's got-
they walked
she's-
out into the wood
Dad,
while the porridge was cooling.
The mummy one's got a hat. The mummy bear's got a hat.
And while they were walking, a little girl called
Goldilocks.
came to the house.
Help.
First she looked in at the windows, and then she peeped in the
Dog.
keyhole. And seeing nobody in the house, she lifted the latch. The door was not fastened, because the bears were two good bears, who did nobody any harm, and they never suspected that anybody would harm them.
Now let me do it.
So first, she tasted the porridge of the great huge bear.
That's the big bear's face, and that's the
And the
little
big bear's
one's
porridge
face.
was much too.
That's the little one's face.
The big bear's porridge was much too.
All the bears have their
Hot.
their faces, didn't they? On there, and that's bears' faces.
You're supposed to be telling Grandad
One
the
for big
story.
bear, one for
Justin.
one for mum bear, and one for little bear.
And then she tasted the porridge of the middle bear, and that was too cold. And then she went to the porridge of the little small wee bear and tasted that.
She tasted the big bear that was too hot, and she eated that one and it was too cold, and she eated the little one and it was just right. So she gobbled it all up, and she sat in that big chair and all so big, but she sit on that one and it was too soft, and so she sit on the little chair and she plumped on and it was just right. So she sat on it.
Then Goldilocks went upstairs into the bedchamber, in which the three bears slept. And first she lay down upon the bed of the great huge bear.
Too high!
Too high. And next she lay down upon the bed of the middle bear. And that was too high.
So she slipped on the little one just right. So
And she went
she went fast asleep. She fast and she went fast asleep. So the three bears come. Look at their
By this
porridge.
time the three bears thought their porridge would be cool enough, so they came home to breakfast. Now Goldilocks had left the spoon of the great huge bear standing in the porridge. "Who's been eating my porridge?" said the great huge bear in his great rough gruff voice.
You're not big bear, are you? You're not big bear, are you then?
And when the middle bear looked at hers, she saw the spoon was standing in it too. "Who's been eating my porridge?" said the middle bear in a middle voice.
That's the one.
Then the weeny bear looked at his, and there was the spoon in the porridge bowl, but the porridge was all gone. "Who's been eating my porridge and has eaten it all up?"
It's Goldilocks. I'll get two more, said the big
Upon
bear.
this, the three bears, seeing that someone had entered their house and eaten up all the little bear's porridge, began to look about them. Now Goldilocks had not put the hard cushion straight when she rose from the chair of the great huge bear. "Who's been sitting in my chair?" said the big huge bear. And Goldilocks had pressed down the soft cushion of the middle bear. "Somebody has been sitting in my chair," said the middle bear. And you know what Goldilocks had done to the little baby's chair? "Who's been sitting in my chair and has sat the bottom out of it?" said the little bear.
Oh, Wendy, said the mummy bear.
Then the three bears thought it necessary that they should take further search. So they went upstairs into the bedchamber. Now Goldilocks had pulled the pillow of the great huge bear out of its place. "Who's been lying in my bed?" said the big huge bear. And Goldilocks pulled the bolster of the middle bear out of place. "Somebody has been lying in my bed," said the middle bear. And when the little small wee bear came to look at his bed, there was the bolster in its place, and the pillow in its place upon the bolster. And upon the pillow was...
Goldilocks.
"Somebody has been lying in my bed, and here she is," said the little bear. Little Goldilocks had heard in her sleep the great rough gruff voice of the great huge bear, but she was so fast asleep that it was no more to her than the roaring of wind or the rumbling of thunder, and she had heard the middle voice of the middle bear, but it was only as if she had heard someone speaking in a dream. But when she heard the little small wee bear's voice,
she ran up in the garden.
Up she started.
She ran indoors to find her mum, didn't she?
Now the window was open, because the bears, like good tidy bears as they were, always opened their bedchamber window when they got in the morning.
She ran indoors to find her
Out
mum.
jumped Goldilocks and ran off into the wood.
She found her mum, didn't she? She found her mum.
What happened to her, no one knows, but the three bears never
Saw her again, but she ran to her mum and she ran indoors to find her mum, didn't she?